Hey guys, it's Danielle the Unicorn here. I hope all is well. And today I am going to be doing my movie review on Daddy's Home 2, starring Will Ferrell and Mark Whalberg. Now, you know I like to rate my movies between the scale of 1 to 10. 1 was like, why were you made? Like, you should never been created. To a 10, I like it, I love it, I want more of it. So with this movie, I give it a 4. Could be a 3, but I'm going to give it a 4. And I am going to give my reasons why. Now, you know this is going to be a spoiler, so if you have not watched this movie yet, I advise for you to not look at my review any further till after you're done watching the movie. So, this movie is a complete clustercuss. It is all over the place. It's not funny. It was not well written. It was just not planned. Like, this movie is horrible, and I would have to say as of right now, it's the worst movie of 2017 that I have watched. Granted, I never watched the first Daddy's Home, but I skimmed through it a little bit just to get the gist of it, but I know I did not need to watch Daddy's Home, the first one. The second one explains itself that the first one was probably a crappy movie to begin with. So basically with this one, Will Ferrell, Mark Whalberg, they have their fathers come in for Christmas and everything like that. See? Christmas. That's why I wore this. But yeah, the fathers, they come and visit. The fathers are Mel Gibson and John Lithgow. So basically, like, Mel Gibson, he invited himself to spend Christmas time with Mark Whalberg. And I guess, like, John Lithgow, he always spends time with Will Ferrell all the time, like, every holiday and everything. I actually like the bond that Will Ferrell and John Lithgow has. I feel like their chemistry was way better than Mark Wahlberg's and Mel Gibson's chemistry. Yeah, you have Will Ferrell and John Lithgow. Like, their relationship is very close to the point that they do like kiss each other on the lips and everything. I'm like, okay. I mean, if that's how you roll, like father and son, that's how you express your love for one another. That's cool. And then you have Mark Wahlberg and Mel Gibson. They just be like looking at him like that, like, really? Like, we're not doing that. But I don't think anyone was funny in this movie. I only have like one funny scene, and it's when Will Ferrell, he has like a little baby, and they're going sledding, and he accidentally like left the baby in the sled, and the baby went down by itself. Will Ferrell was trying to go after the baby, and then like he ended up landing in this pile of snow. He's just like all over the place, but people was picking him up and like he was just in his underwear and his butt cheek was like hanging out. So like that was absolutely like the funniest part to me of the movie. So that can say a lot about this film if I only picked out one scene that really had me like laugh. The children in this film I really didn't care for. They were all over the place, and the way that they were acting, I probably would have gave them like butt whoopings. So you have like the brother and sister, and then the stepsister. I don't really care for the stepsister because she just was a little bit too snooty, and her acting was just bad. And then like the other sister, she always wanted to like copy the stepsister, like showing her belly button and like cursing and drinking. You know what? That little girl was the only one throughout the whole movie that swore. Like Mark Wahlberg's kids, like the little girl, his daughter, she was the only one that like cussed. Like, I didn't hear Will Ferrell cuss. I didn't hear Mel Gibson cuss. I didn't hear Mark Wahlberg cuss. Like, this little girl, she had a mouth on her. And I was just like, really? And then you have the son. So with him, like, I kind of had hope for him to be, like, probably the best actor in here. Well, next to John Lithgow. But, like, he disappointed me, the little boy. So in this movie, I guess he had a crush on this little Asian girl that was living beside them for like Christmas or something, and he just like always stared at her, and like they didn't indicate that this little girl was friends with like his sister and stepsister, like till like in the middle of the movie. It was just weird like how they did that, because when they first arrived to the cabin to stay in, that little Asian girl was on the snow, like building a snowman or something like that. And like the two sisters, they didn't even acknowledge her till like in the middle of the movie, like referring her as their friend and stuff. But like the little boy, he had a crush on this girl. And you know, throughout the movie, everyone's like, you know what? Don't care what anybody say. Well, Ferrell's like, well, you could be in the friend zone. And then Mark Wahlberg is like, or you don't have to be in the friend zone. You could be in the end zone or whatever he was saying. So, like, at the end of the movie, they were, like, stuck in the movie theater. And that little Asian girl had a mistletoe over her head. So, a little boy walking with confidence, like, as if everyone's looking, thinking that he's going to go in for a kiss for that little Asian girl that he's been crushing throughout the whole movie. And then out of nowhere, he walks by the little Asian girl and kisses the stepsister on the lips. I was like, what? Like, throughout the movie, like, he didn't even indicate if he even had a crush on his stepsister, like, or something. Yeah. Because he was like, I'm happy that I get to kiss the person that I like. And it was his stepsister. I was like, what is this? Like, that went like a left turn for me, and it was distasteful. I didn't like that at all. Yeah, I would have to say that, like, John Lithgow was my favorite character in the movie. Like, I felt something for him, because I guess he was going through a divorce, and he didn't want to tell Will Ferrell. And, like, it was one night that it was an improv night, because John Lithgow's been doing, like, improv or something. And I guess the subject of the improv game was like divorce, and it really got to John Lithgow, and Will Ferrell's just like, Dad, like, is this really happening? So it was really sad on that part. I felt bad for Will Ferrell's dad and everything like that, but all the other characters I could care less for. And you have John Cena in here, but he was probably just like in the last, I don't know, 10 minutes of the movie. They really didn't need him. He wasn't very, like, memorable. I don't know. I mean, he was just, like, the stepdaughter's father or whatever. But, yeah, like, he didn't need to be in a movie. But I would mention, like, where they was having their vacation at for Christmas was so beautiful. Like, that's the only good thing I could say about this movie is like the little town that they were in, like, and I guess like the bonding time that they try to have as a family. But other than that, like, I'm happy that I walked in, like, not paid for this movie because it's not worth it. It's not worth the money at all. Like, I wanted to walk out so bad, but I was just like, maybe it'll get a little better, but it just didn't. And I really did not like this movie. I didn't really have high hopes for this movie, but you know, I just wish that Will Ferrell, for an example, like, take me back to that stepbrother type of acting that I know that you can do. Like, I know that he's getting older and everything, but it's not the same. Like, Will Ferrell's not the same. And it's just aggravating because I know that he can do so much better. Like, I don't know. It just really bothered me. But I'm done giving this movie review. It was not a good movie. I am not suggesting anybody to go watch it. I wouldn't put money for it, and I thank God I didn't pay for it. But like, yeah, it was a horrible movie. I give it a 4. I want to knock it down to a 3, but like I said, the scenery of the movie I liked, and like, I guess the co-parenting that Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell had agreement on, like, but there's nothing for me to like mention that was funny. It was a horrible movie, and I'm really saying don't watch it. I watched it for you, and it was no good. So, but yeah, that was my movie review on Daddy's Home 2. If you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe to me, leave a comment by all means, and share my video. Until next time, you take care, and I will see you later. Bye.